Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. What's good with ya? It's your boy JB, and so yes, late to the party here. Had a bit of software issue, but finally got it to work. So happy about that. But man, we're already first quarter here. 5 minutes left. We've got the Houston Texans. They've already gotten the scoreboard thanks to Davis Mills. And again, Davis Mills, prior to CJ Stroud's arrival, he used to be the guy running the show there. So showing that he's, off to a good start, 5 of 7 for 44 yards through the air and a touchdown. And they also had on the ground 3 carries for 14 yards there on their scoring drive there. So that is what is taking place there. Again, apologize there. Like, I had to go through like 7 software updates. Absolutely insane. But we are live. We are here. And let's see what happens here. So right now already we've got the Chicago Bears here, and they are looking to potentially go for it on 4th and 1 here. But right now you've got a penalty. And again, this is, obviously Hall of Fame game, first preseason game. So like on my end here, a lot of things they got to work out there. So that will move them back 5 yards there. But they were lined up in a shotgun, and they looked like they had the intention of either going for it or drawing a defense off sides. But that is not going to work because the offense backed up 5 yards there on the play. And again, none of the starting quarterbacks in this one here, but it's the Hall of Fame game. That's to be expected. Now we're going to get to see the punter here come out on 4th and 6 for the Chicago Bears. Great opportunity to try to pin them inside the 10. Again, here in the first quarter with about 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Punts on the way. Fair catch symboled and caught at looks like the 11-yard line, and that is where they'll take over here with the football. Carmichael, what's good with you? What's good with you? Talk to me. First of all, can you hear me all right, Carmichael? I had a lot of software issues since I hadn't streamed in a minute. It took me through like 30 minutes of having to install software. Then I had to redo some of the settings. So that's why I wasn't able to start on time because like it was a whole bunch of stuff going on. But I'm here, so hopefully you can hear me all right. But man, how is it going? As we're right now currently at the commercial. All right, meanwhile, it gives me an opportunity here to go ahead and set up the poll question. But yeah, JB is doing great. JB is doing great. Glad to have some football back. I'll say that. All right, so let's see. And again, we're currently right now at the commercial. Lewis! Lewis, I can imagine the amount of money that you've made since the last time we've spoken. What's good with you? What's good with you? We can't talk Bears without talking Lewis. But hey, Lewis, you've got to be excited about this year's Bears. All the acquisitions you guys made. I love adding, obviously Keenan Allen out there, but not just that, but also drafting, Odunez in the first round. I feel like you guys have the weapons. I expect Caleb Williams to go out there and throw roughly between 35, 38 hundred a year this season. I could see that. Now, in terms of touchdowns, interceptions, I can't predict that, but I think yardage wise, that's what I'm sort of expecting. But hey, that is going to help him out a lot having those guys as a weapon. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how the Bears are going to look this year. I'm not going to lie. But also the Houston Texans as well. I want to see can CJ Stroud replicate that. My boy, I want to see him go out there. Don't have any type of sophomore slump. Just go out there and exceed expectations. That's what I want to see. Lewis says, very excited this season. Yes, sir. Carmichael says, JB, I'm doing great. It's been a great summer, and you start school on the 16th, so it's not fun, but it's been a good summer. And so, hey, it has been a good summer. But tell me, how are you feeling about the Pittsburgh Steelers, your team, and stuff like that in the quarterback competition? All right, meanwhile, here we go. Hands it off to the back, and he's going to get back to around the line of scrimmage there. Getting that Bears defense out there balling. And you look at a lot of the guys in the Hall of Fame, and I'm like, man, time flies. Andre Johnson, I remember, of course, Andre Johnson. He used to be the Lone Ranger down there in Houston during his time there, honestly. But he was absolutely that guy. Guys like him, Dwight Freeney, all of them. And let's see, we've got Kenneth. Kenneth, what's good with you? Kenneth says, "Hey, Mr. JB, how are you doing tonight?" I am doing great. I am doing great. And again, apologize everybody that I started the stream late. I didn't my computer had a software thing to where as soon as I tried to go live about 40 something minutes ago, then it wanted to say I needed to download like five different things in order to get up to date. But we got that out the way, so I'm happy about that. And yes, NFL preseason Hall of Fame game. Last year, let's be real, nobody thought that Houston was going to have the season that they had last year. They came by surprise. So who is this year's team that you guys are thinking might be this year's Houston Texans team? Let us know. And why is it going to be the Patriots? Let's see. Joe says, "Welcome back, JB. Let's go, Houston." Meanwhile, Chicago. Oh, man, what a run! What a run. Takes it all the way to the 30-yard line. And that was Taylor on the carry there. But I mean, that gap up the middle, if you're a lineman and you're making holes like that, hey, you're going to definitely be in a good place. That's for sure. That was nice. Again, here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Houston up 7-0 right now. And again, neither team played their starting quarterback, but that's okay. That's expected. But both of their teams, extremely young quarterbacks. So the future's looking bright for both of these teams, honestly. All right, we've got quarterback up under center here. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Gives it to the back again. And we can expect a lot of carries, honestly, in this game, as this is the type of game where you don't want to show too much of your hand. Let's see. Lewis says ready to have another winning season. Carmichael says Steelers gonna win the Super Bowl. You heard it here first from Carmichael. We got Black Medicine here on the stream. What's good with you? He says Andre Johnson sounds like the principal from Lean on me, and so bet. Second and 7 now. Quarterback lines up under center. Back goes in motion. Play fake. Oh, look at that move. 92. You can't let him do you like that. Oh, what a completion. I mean, that defensive end looked like he never seen a guy dodge him. I mean, that was it wasn't like he pulled some insane move. He just stopped and then went the other way, and that guy just completely look at that. Look at how he sets him up. And oh man, I thought the man hurt his knee on that play. That was insane. And nice completion downfield. Davis Mills looking sharp so far to start this one off. Black says he put 50 on JB Canada, at least 4 out of 5 of the next streams, and so that is not fair. That is not fair there. All right, shotgun. Mills throws it. Oh man. Oh man. High throw there. Incomplete. Second and 10 coming up. Just 29 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. I'm having to watch it from my tablet because my other computer is not working. So if you see me looking down, that's exactly why. All right, let me get the poll question up, see what you guys think. But while I get that up, you guys let me know, how do you guys feel about a lot of the changes in the offseason? And man, have we seen a lot of changes this offseason. But we'll start with the kickoff. How do you guys feel about that? Quick pass, completed. That's going to be about a yard or two there on the catch. Third down coming up. Again, Houston up 7-0. Okay. All right, poll question should be up. And there we go. Who had the better off season? I mean, both teams went out there, acquired another marquee receiver. Houston Texans went out there and got Stephon Diggs and stuff like that. That's huge. You consider what they've already got out there at receiver. The rich gets richer. They did pick up Joe Mixon as well, coming over from the Cincinnati Bengals back there at running back as well. So Houston locked and loaded. You had the experience that you had from last year. So they're looking pretty good. But then you've got Chicago. I mentioned earlier the weapons that they acquired offensively and stuff like that. So a lot of different stuff. Let's see. Black says ABC wants their money back. They thought they'd see Caleb and Stroud at least, and so I feel like the last couple years at least, we never get to see the starting quarterback for the Hall of Fame game go out there. I could be wrong, but I feel like that has been the case. And again, we are currently right now at the end of the first quarter. Again, Texans already on the scoreboard here. Davis Mills, 8 of 11 for 83 yards passing, and he's got himself a touchdown already in this one. The leading rusher right now for the Houston Texans is J.J. Taylor. He's got 4 carries for 18 yards. And then you look at the Chicago Bears. Bacon. I mean, last year, Bacon, he had some moments where he looked like the better passer last year. He was 2 of 3 right now for 16 yards. And of course, you've got Johnson in the backfield, 4 carries, 17 yards so far in this one. Eric, what's good with you? And so, yes, a JB&M sighting, extremely rare. I know. They tried to stop me today. They really did. Like the software thing, they rated it white because, like, I had everything set up, and then I was gonna start exactly on time this time, and then bam, they hit me with the whole your software needs to be updated, and then when I updated it, it said it again, and then it was a whole bunch of stuff. So they tried to stop it. Lewis says you took the Bears main line at okay plus 320 live bet. Yes. And let's see, how's our poll looking so far? So we've got 4 votes right now. So far, 3 out of 4 say the Texans had the better off season. And so, okay. And again, when thinking about, the better off season, who drastically got that much more better. But hey, I love what both teams did and stuff like that. If you're Chicago, you knew you had a lot of work coming in and stuff like that, but they put in that work to at least make sure, hey, we're gonna not just get the quarterback, potentially, well, they're hoping of their future and stuff like that, but also some guys around him to help him as well. So love what both teams did, honestly. All right, but here we go. First play of the second quarter. And look at that completion there. Nice completion. Got the first down, and that's what you want to do. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the Houston Texans there. And again, we talked about Davis Mills running the show here. It always helps to have a guy who's just comfortable with the offense that's a backup because you never know when a starter goes down or something like that, and you need that backup to be ready. And having a guy like Davis Mills, who's the more he's been around in this league, the more comfortable he's getting. So just having that experience behind that helps. Feeds it to the back, tries to cut up, picks up about 2 yards there on the play. And again, that was J.J. Taylor on the carry. J.J. Taylor, the former New England Patriot, back there in the backfield. I remember his time there. Eric says things are great here, JB&M, and so happy to hear it. Happy to hear it. But yeah, how has everybody's summer been? I mean, Carmichael says he's had a great summer. Has everybody else had a great summer so far? All right, we got 2nd and 9. Quarterback's up under center. Receiver goes in motion here. Everybody's close to the line. Play fake. Davis looking. Davis pump fakes. He's going to bootleg and get out of bounds after picking up about 2 yards on the play. Third down coming up. And man, we remember Tank Dell last year. I mean, Tank Dell, he was one of those guys where when they first drafted him, I was like, okay, I get it. You draft a guy who your quarterback, to make him happy and stuff. But man, made him happy on the field as well. And so it was heartbreaking when he got injured because he was having such a great start to his career. So excited to see him this season as well. All right, they've got the tight end going in motion. They're in shotgun here. 3 wide receivers on the play. Gets the snap, feels the pressure, throws it, gets the quick completion, but he will be shy of that first down marker at least by about a good 3 yards on the play. Fourth down coming up here in the second quarter with about 12 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And again, right now at the Chicago 15-yard line, this current drive, 11 plays, 74 yards, and almost 6 minutes in terms of time of possession off the clock here. But can they capitalize here and get the first preseason kick? Let's see. Snap is good. Hold is good. The kick is also good. And so Houston, they're up 10-0. It may be the preseason, but Houston, they've got points on their mind. That they do. Let's see. Black says Texans have more hours on their timesheet. Yes, yes. And now we'll take another look at the Chicago Bears. Again, Bagan, he's 2 of 3 right now for 16 yards. They find themselves down 10-0 here. They want to get something going here with less than, currently right now in this game. They want to get a little something going. Again, the Hall of Fame game. I know it's early, extremely early, but who wants to go out there and call it now and say what they think is going to be next year's Super Bowl prediction? Of course, extremely early. We don't even have the rosters yet, but if you want to go ahead and throw that out there, let us know. Let us know. And again, we are currently at the commercial here, but Davis Mills, 10 of 13, 102 yards and a touchdown right now. Looking pretty sharp there. 12 plays, 64 yards. Let's see. Joe says, let Houston have fun until the cold schedule too. Black says Atlanta Falcons versus the Miami Dolphins. Now that if that was a bet that was placed and it was correct, I can just imagine how much that would be worth there to call that. Well, let's see. Lewis says San Francisco versus Buffalo. So talk to me, Lewis. You got Buffalo, considering the fact that they, obviously lost Stephon Diggs and stuff like that. But you think Buffalo still has it? Interesting, interesting. I see them still as, playoff team when you got Josh Allen. That's good. And I'm sure some guy's going to emerge. But to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to run the table, I feel like, and definitely have some home games in the playoffs to get to that point. But there's just so many good teams in the AFC, especially the AFC East, that they're competing with. But lots of time to see how that goes. But nice. All right, and again, getting ready to get back to the action here. It's going to take JB a minute to get used to this new kickoff here. All right, so he's returning it at the 20, tripped up there at the 20. There is a flag on the play, but excellent job there on the coverage team. Let's see, Black says he would have picked Atlanta versus Alabama in the Super Bowl, but can't happen. Oh, I know. I know. But oh man, talking about Alabama and stuff, college football, they'll be starting soon. So much stuff to look forward to. But he says Bama wins it by 30, by the way. What area do you think that Alabama's going to miss Nick Saban the most in when it comes to just obviously not having the stability that Nick Saban brought with the Crimson Tide? And again, we've got 7 votes right now. So Texans right now dominating the poll, but we've got plenty of time here. Plenty of time. All right, so here we go for the offense. Chicago with it. Got a fullback in the backfield. Tight end goes in motion. 2 receivers. Takes the snap. Gives it to the back and the go up the left off the left guard. Picks up solid yards there on the play. About 4 yards there. 12 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Black says halftime adjustments, organizational structure. And let's see. Oh yeah, Nick would definitely go after him. He would definitely go after them. Especially what gets me is like, even if the game is going good, if he's seen something he didn't like, he'll let you know. And that's what you need sometimes. All right, but here we go. 2nd and 6. Shotgun. Fakes it to the back. He's going to run. He's got a lot of space in front of him before he slides. Excellent job there. That's what you want from your quarterback. If it's like wide open in front, go ahead and run, but be sure to slide. And that's what Rypien, who's in the game now, did right there. So, okay. So 11 minutes to go here in the second. Again, right now, the Houston Texans up 10-0 right now. But Chicago looking to try to put something together here. Quarterback up under center, feeds it to the back off the left side, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards there on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down here. And again, with the Hall of Fame game here, they're not trying to show too much here. Just go out there and let the players get used to it. It's a great time to work on that run game as well, especially the competitions that you have. All right, so this time they're going to line up in a shotgun. Their own 36-yard line. Throws it from the, oh, look at that completion. He lost the ball. He lost the ball. Oh my goodness. The ball is still loose though. I thought it was secured there, but man. First things first, you got to show the coach that you can hold on to the ball. You did a great job going up there, making a catch and stuff like that, but you cannot go out there fumbling the ball. Especially you got the offense out there. They're just trying to get a little bit of a rhythm going right now. I mean, and just looking at that replay there, he went up there, did a great job snagging it, and oh, but good job by Bullock there. When they get that football comes out more times than not when that helmet gets on that football. So excellent job there knocking that ball out. That was nice. But Bears still have it, so luckily they still got the football here. Play fake. Almost lost his footing. Throws it over the middle there. Dangerous pass, but incomplete. He did feel the pressure on that play. Again, that was Rypien there on the pass. Incomplete though. 2nd and 10 coming up. Colin Johnson was the intended receiver, number 80 on the play. Right now, 2nd and 10 coming up from the 49-yard line of Houston. Going to line up again in the shotgun. Snaps it. Runs the draw play. Excellent job. Oh, look at him. He's thinking end zone here, but that's a big pickup there. 20 yards by Khalil Herbert. Someone tell this man it's not the regular season yet, but he sure is running like it. Picked up 20 yards on the play. He's got 3 carries for 27 yards so far in this one, and that's going to be a fresh new set of downs here for the Chicago Bears. And what a drive they've got going so far here. Right now, 6 plays, 51 yards here. But can they keep this going and try to get into the end zone? That's one thing I'm sure if you're a Bears fan, even if these are the reserves here and stuff like that, you definitely want to see them finish in that end zone. This time they go ahead and toss it to him. Look at him run up the middle. Takes on the contact and says, I'm not done yet. He's going to be about a yard shy of that first down marker, though, but excellent run on the play. And right now, Herbert's getting into the groove. He picked up 9 yards on that play. 4 carries, 35 yards. 2nd and 1 coming up. Ball at the Houston 20-yard line. Again, second quarter. 8 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Texans are up right now 10-0, but Chicago right now feeling it offensively, and that's good. That's all you can ask for in a Hall of Fame game is let them guys go out there and start feeling confidence. Rypien's going to throw one up there. Oh, man, look at him. Look at him. That's a touchdown. He was all by himself. Who was guarding him on that play? Wow. Wow. And that's Colin Johnson, 20-yard catch. So we're talking 8 plays, 80 yards there on that one. But let's see what happened. Oh, my goodness. Someone has to pick him up there. That's not going to help you at all on the depth chart or roster if you're giving up stuff like that. Look at it, all by himself. But, hey, it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown, Chicago, 20 yards there. And who says they don't score a lot in the Hall of Fame game? All right, extra point is good. So 10-7, second quarter, 8 minutes and 22 seconds to go. And the Bears, they get on the scoreboard here, making it a 3-point game. And Lewis says, that's right. That's a TD. There it is. He's throwing up his hands and everything. That's a touchdown for him. Nice. And we've got 8 votes right now on the poll. And so, okay, Bears getting a little bit more votes here. Okay, I like it. I like it. Keep the votes coming in. But that was, I mean, they left him all by himself. All by himself. I mean, I'm sure my man Johnson can run some routes, but I don't think he thought he was going to get that wide open, though. Definitely a mishap there in the secondary, something they've got to discuss. Lewis says needs the W. He says set the standard now. Need the W. I forget. Someone remind me who's got the current longest active win streak in preseason right now. If someone can tell me in the chat real quick and stuff like that. Normally I can search my tablet, but I've got to use my tablet to watch the game because my other computer got to figure out what's wrong with it. But someone let JB know. Braden, what's good with you? Braden says, JB, it's been a while. Yes, it has been a hot minute. A hot minute. Last time JB streamed, many things were different. Many things were different. Your boy Clay Thompson was still a Golden State Warrior and stuff like that at the time. I mean, lots of things were different, but happy to be back here. How's the channel going, Braden? Old man here as well. What? We've got the squad. We got the squad. And JB apologized. I started late. I shoot when I went to go live, like at the start of the game, it made JB like update the software and stuff like that. And then that took a long time. And even once I updated it, there was a couple more issues to work through. But JB got it figured out. And so good thing it's a preseason game to work those things out. And there it is. And so Old says, what's good, JB? How are we doing and everything? And so JB's doing great and stuff like that. JB is ready for the start of the regular season already. I mean, I'll be ready for fantasy football. I'll be ready, obviously, for the regular season here, college football. Your boy's ready. Lewis says Chicago has good running backs and receivers. O-line's always an issue. And so I wanted to ask about the O-line there. That's the one area for the Chicago Bears that I have not paid too much attention to in terms of the offseason and stuff like that. So has there been any positive movement on that offensive line? And so, oh man, slipped on that return there. All right, and again, second quarter, 8 minutes and 18 seconds to go here. Let's see. Braden says it's going good right now. Hoping gets bigger as the NFL season goes along. And so, how many subscribers are you at right now? All right. And again, JB is using his tablet here to watch the game because my Mac just isn't suiting up for some reason today. But here we go from their own 20 shotgun. Quick pass. Completed. Tackled immediately there, but that's going to be a pickup of about 4 or 5 yards there on the play before Moore tackles him. And that was John Mechie III with the catch. And so you remember John Mechie, obviously, when he came into the league, he was injured. But if you know John Mechie III from college, he came in with a lot of hype and a lot of expectation. And we would love to see a guy like John Mechie, another year removed from that injury and stuff like that. Just go back and slowly return back to form to what we saw at the collegiate level. If that happens, man, he can only add to this already great receiving core. Meanwhile, they run the ball here again. Picks up about 2, 3 yards there on the carry. And this time it's Cam Akers, who they newly acquired here. Cam Akers. Lewis wants a pick six. Oh, it says you already start your 2025 drafts for the Pats. And so, nice, nice, nice. Braden says 662. Wow. How often do you live stream, Braden? But that's nice. Black says Chicago could put sleds out there for their offensive line, and it would still be an improvement from last year. Meanwhile, pass incomplete. Excellent job there by the secondary to prevent that. And so that's going to bring up fourth down. Old says, you're happy that he's playing and doing better. And so, yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Braden says Texans have so many good receiving options. They really went out there and made it do what it do. I mean, not just at receiver, but also bringing in Joe Mixon and stuff like that. You still got Damian Pierce, who I still believe is a nice second option to have. And so, nice. Punts on the way. Gets it from his own nine. Got to make somebody miss here. And he does. And then goes out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. Okay. Ode says Texans offense all around could be the best. You said running back depth top tier, receiver top tier, O line really good, and quarterback one of the best in the game. And that quarterback depth as well. I mean, you got, I believe they have Case Keenum also behind Davis Mills here and stuff like that. So, yeah, they're stacked. They're stacked. Let's see. Lewis says, let's go Bears. Meanwhile, we've got 10 votes in right now. So 7 say that the Texans had the better offseason. 3 say the Bears. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pose this question since we've got a lot of people currently, here. We got most of the crew, and so I would love to hear what is something this off season that you like in terms of a change that you like. It could be NFL, it could be shoot, it can be just sports in general, NFL, NBA, college football, just a change that you really like, and then a change that you really hate. So give me both of those. A change that has happened this off season, that you really love or that you really hate. And I'm leaving it open. It could be outside of the NFL, could be college football, just something related to that. All right, I think I just need a new charger from my computer. So, okay, by the time we get to the regular season, I'll get that fixed. All right, let's see. O says, from what I'm hearing, if Judon is traded, teams to look out for is the Lions, Bears, and Niners, something to keep an eye out for. And so, hey, if the Niners want to include Brandon Ayuk in that trade, then hey, I'm okay with that. But I hope he stays though. I feel like we've got a lot of young pieces, and a guy like him, there's just his leadership is very important. It's very important, the way he recruits guys. But at the same time, I hope he does get his money. I hope he does get his money. All right, meanwhile, pass there. That's going to bring up second down here. And again, we've got 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Again, Texans up right now 10-7. Bears were the last team to score. Braden says the Packers getting a new defensive coordinator and Clay Thompson leaving. And so at some point, Braden, we were going to bring this up for sure about the whole Clay Thompson leaving and stuff like that. And so what really made me mad, Braden, was not the fact that he left you guys, but that he still said he'd rather join Dallas than to join my Lakers. And so that was like a slap in the face. Meanwhile, another run here for a yard. Third down coming up. So we got third down coming up. Let's see what the Bears do here. Again, that was Roshan Johnson on the carry. He's got 5 carries for 19 yards so far today. Third and 5 for the Bears from their own 21-yard line. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in a second. Let's see. Braden says, by the way, those aren't both changes you liked. Gotcha. All right. Gets the snap out of the shotgun. Got to at least get 5. He's going to take a shot here. Incomplete. I do like the fact that he is willing to take a shot deeper downfield, but at the same time, you might want to secure that first down and keep the drive alive. Let's see. O says, you don't see Brandon Ayuk traded at least to the Pats. You would love it, but the Commanders. And so, yeah, I know where he wants to go and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think so either. And at this point, I mean, I wanted it to be done before the draft, but at this point, there's no point in go ahead and doing that now. We got a lot of receivers to develop, honestly. All right, punt's on the way. See if we get a return here. All right, punt goes out of bounds. So with 5 minutes and 26 seconds here before we reach halftime, and our score right now, the Houston Texans up by 3, 10-7. Let's see how the rest of this game plays out. Braden says, well, what are your thoughts on the Lakers? They've had an interesting offseason, and so we'll start with my own concept, Braden. What did I like? Well, getting rid of Darvin Ham. That's the part I did like. What didn't I like? Everything else that transpired, Braden. I mean, everybody just decided, hey, we're going to come back and stuff like that, who was on the team, D'Angelo Russell, and stuff like that, while everybody else who wasn't on the team said, yeah, we're just not interested and stuff like that. And so I disliked everything about this offseason, minus the fact I did like the fact that we moved on from Darvin Ham. That needed to happen. But outside of that, man. Lewis says DeRozan in Sacramento hurt the bullshit of gave up Levine. And so, yes, yes, exactly. Absolutely. And again, we're currently right now at the commercial. Tell me, Braden, have you been doing any mock drafts or anything like that? And let's see. Old says Knetfo was a great pick for Lakers, and so yes, that you know what, that is another one that I like right there. That was an excellent. It was a steal. It was a steal that I did not think was going to happen. So that was a good one too. Appreciate that, Old. I was so focused on free agency, I forgot totally about the whole draft and stuff like that. And you can't mention the draft without talking about Bronny James, so I'll go ahead and throw this one out there. How do you guys feel about Bronny? Let's see. O says Lakers need to build around it. That's right. AR and yep. Yep. I agree. I agree. I agree. All right. So let's get ready to return back to the action here. Let's see. Braden says, yeah, I'll be doing my fantasy research pretty soon. And so your boys already started. And so Lewis is like, uh-oh, what happened, Lewis? All right, here we go. Quarterback up under center, throws it. And so, okay, nice hands there for a fullback. Nice catch. And that's Troy Hairston. Picked up 3 yards there on the play. Tackled by Colbert. 2nd and 7 coming up here from the Houston 33-yard line. SEO says, glad Lakers didn't take him first round, but you feel bad for the kid. He's not ready for the pressure of Lakers Nation. You're right. It's not just any pressure. It's Laker Nation pressure. That's for sure. 2nd and 7. Gives it to the back. And he is going to, ooh, is it going to be enough for a first down? I think he's maybe just shy, but it could be enough. Let's see. And that was a pickup of about 7 yards there on the play. They call it a first down. All right, so that's Cam Akers there on the carry. And last year, remember Cam Akers when he was with the Minnesota Vikings last year, came in and he did provide sparks at times and stuff like that. Then again, you can say that about a couple of their running backs that they had last year. But again, 1st and 10. Feeds it to the back. Oh, he's going nowhere. He's going nowhere. Excellent job there by the defense. 2nd down coming up here, 2nd and 10. 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Let's see. Braden says, yeah, I think Bronny should have stayed one more season in college. Lewis says, no comment on Bronny, not NBA ready. Lewis says, it's that simple, not NBA ready. All right, second and 10 with about 3 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Shotgun formation. Four receivers on the play. 5 seconds right now on the play clock. Gets the snap. Has time. Look at that time in the pocket. That's how you get a completion there. That completion started with the offensive line. I mean, he had days to get ready for that. And that was Hutchinson with the catch there. He picked up 18 yards. But look at how clear that pocket is. You don't get that type of a pocket during training camp if you're wearing a red shirt and stuff like that. I mean, that was just, he cleared the owl on that one. Like those linemen, they put in work on that one. Got to give them credit there. When I see linemen separate like that, you got to give them credit. All right, so now they're going to run it off the right side there. Tackled immediately. The defense said not so. So now we're looking at 2nd and 11 as Cam Akers. He lost a yard in the carry. He's got 4 carries for 8 yards so far in this one. And on this drive, 5 plays, 27 yards so far in this one. And again, Case Keenum is in there at quarterback, and everybody knows the experience that Case Keenum has. I mean, when you think about the Minnesota Miracle and stuff like that, Case Keenum comes to mind. And also his time, previously with Houston. But nice short pass there to the back who makes it do what it do and gets the first down on the play. So Cam Akers saying, hey, if I can't get it on the ground, I'll get it through the air. Excellent play on that one. Let's see. O says Texans O-line is nasty. And so, yes, you look at that time. I mean, I think I could have delivered that pass. The emergency quarterback could have done it. Let's see. Lewis says, need a missed field goal. Lewis is thinking about getting the stop already. He's like, please. And here we go at the 2 minute warning. Man, this time is going by. Time is going by fast. All right, we got another vote in right now. Okay. And so right now we're leaning towards the Texans having a better offseason. And I'll ask you guys this. How do you guys feel about Caleb Williams? Like, what should we expect this year? What should we expect this year from Caleb Williams? You guys let me know. Let's see. O says Texans running the ball. And so, yeah, JB's got a lot of questions for around the league and stuff like that for you guys. And so that's great. I'll slowly throw out them questions bit by bit so we don't get too much out at once. Lewis says not to get injured. And so that's what you expect from Caleb to go out there and not to get injured. And so, I mean, I do think when it comes to Caleb Williams, like there's going to be times where he can throw that ball. Like, when he was at USC and he was down, sure, he had to do a lot of hero ball and stuff like that. But there's going to be obviously some ups, there's going to be some downs. I'll be particularly interested in seeing how he does late in the year once that Chicago weather kicks in, it's windy and stuff like that. His team's down, like how's he handled that? But I can see him going out there and, throwing for some yards out there, anywhere between about 3,300 to about 3,700 in terms of like the yards and stuff. So I could see that being the case this year. Let's see. Old says Mac Jones will look like Alabama quarterback in this game behind the Texans O line. And so you know what? That I could see that. I could see that. Especially now that he's having fun again and has his confidence restored. Tell me, what team has lost the NFL offseason battle in your opinion? Who had the worst off season in the NFL. You guys let me know who had the worst off season in the NFL. Meanwhile, the pass there, oh, nice job getting the completion before you go out of bounds. And so, I mean, that's what happened. You give a quarterback at the NFL level this kind of time and stuff like that, then yeah, they're going to go out there, especially a veteran like Case Keenum, who's been around for a while and stuff like that. Let's see. OSS Williams could be good. You can see 8 to 10 games won, but not be like CJ rookie year. And so, yeah, you got to throw out CJ's rookie year because CJ's rookie year, that was not a typical rookie year. Shoot, that's typically not something you see the first 2, maybe 3 years and stuff like that. But I loved it for him. Meanwhile, out of the shotgun on the draw, okay. He's about 3 to 4 yards away from the end zone. So we're going to have a second and goal situation coming up. You got about a minute and 50 seconds to go here before halftime. Braden says, so it sounds like Jacoby Brissett is starting for you guys. Absolutely. JB has been saying that well, I know I haven't been on the stream for a while, so I can't say that. But yeah, Jacoby Brissett, in my mind, there's like no doubt in my mind he's going to be the starter at least for the first I know for a fact the first 4 games, but I want to say in my mind, he's going to start at least half, maybe even more than half of the season, I feel like. I feel like right now, Drake May has a lot to learn. He has to process. We can't throw him out there into the fire and stuff. And so right now, Jacoby Brissett, he has that savvy vet, vibe to him. He's going to give those young receivers an opportunity to go out there and show us what he can do. Because Jacoby Brissett, he's had some ups and downs. When you look at his time in Cleveland and stuff like that, Washington, he's shown that he can go out there and just be decent, just be decent. Meanwhile, I'll tell you what looked even better than decent. That touchdown pass right there. Case making a case says, why not? Case to Cam. Look at that. 4-yard receiving touchdown. I mean, my goodness, like you would think there's an electric fence around this guy, the way that nobody's getting near him. I'd be a little concerned right now if I was the Bears with that pass rush, though, because you got to get more pass rush than that. I'm sorry. But that's 9 plays, 70 yards, 3 minutes and 42 seconds in terms of time of possession, and they finish it with the touchdown. And now to get the extra point. And so 17-7, but we still got a minute and 44 seconds for the Bears to work with. Plus, the Bears do have 2 timeouts as well. So excellent chance to go out there and run that 2-minute offense and stuff like that. So we get to look and see, obviously, a condensed version of that 2-minute offense out there. Let's see, Braden says, yeah, he should start at least half the season to give May time to develop. Oh, it says Cowboys NFC and Bills AFC. You say the Bills lost a lot of the people. You know what? I gotta say, I gotta double down on that Cowboys there. I mean, they brought back your boy Zeke, and I'm gonna tell you that's not gonna solve your problems back there in that backfield. That just means that Dak Prescott's gonna have to go out there and be pass heavy once again. So we're gonna have a similar type of season out there for the Dallas Cowboys. And so I was really unimpressed from that standpoint because I feel like they were at a pivotal point where if you go all in and stuff like that, then sure, you have a chance. But shoot, I mean, I could say them. For the AFC, I do like the fact that the Chargers, bringing in, Jim Harbaugh and stuff like that. But losing your weapons the way that they did, that did no favors for the Chargers and Justin Herbert and stuff like that. And then, can J.K. Dobbins really stay healthy? Especially when you're in a division that has the Kansas City Chiefs in there. So some question marks there, but I do like the fact that the Chargers did work on that offensive line, and I know that they have a game plan, so I'm not too concerned long term, but short term, that did worry me. Like you got rid of this man's weapons and stuff like that. So there it is. In the zone. Perfect time. And the moment I said Jim Harbaugh, my guy shows up. What's good with you? I know it's been a minute. How are you doing? And how's the channel? How's the podcast? How all that doing, man? Talk to me. Lewis says it's going to be a long season. Lewis is already preparing us now, saying it's going to be a long season. He's seen enough. All right, here we go. Throws it. Gets the completion there. Okay, he's going to be about 3 yards shy of that first down marker. And again, that was to Sweeney there over the middle, picked up 7 yards. And right now, 2nd and 3 at the Chicago 35-yard line. Snaps it. It's a draw play. And he's going to pick up the first down, takes it to the 40-yard line. You've got a minute and 15 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And so let's see. Enzo says Milton beating Drake May out. And so hopefully that just means that Joe Milton is out there balling. I'll leave it at that. First and 10, throws it. Oh, what a nice ball placement on that pass. Gotta love it. That's what you want to see. Go out there and make the play. Excellent job. Show me that one again. So he went to work on the outside. I mean, excellent throw, putting it where he can get the ball, an excellent adjustment in the air. Wow. What a catch. Colin Johnson. He's got 2 catches for 47 yards so far in this one. And let's not forget, he's got a touchdown also. Let's see. And Azo says, I'm live now, but had to tap in. And so, oh man, you the man. You the man. You say it's straight, but your YouTube playing with your watch time hours, so they can't be playing that game. To be fair though, I mean like Streamlab was playing with me earlier today. Like it would not let me start on time. It took me about 30 something minutes to finally get it to work. But I guess because I hadn't streamed this so long, that was the issue there. But this is what we do. We get ready for the regular season by getting this stuff out the way here in the preseason. All right, but shotgun here. So they are moving the ball. 56 seconds. Looking. Throws it again. And so, man, I like what I'm seeing. I cannot lie. I like what I'm seeing from the kid. I mean, he's right now, he is 6 of 8 for 86 yards and a touchdown. And so he's looking confident. And again, you give these quarterbacks time, they will do it. They will do it. Throws it. Oh, excellent pass. And that's going to be a touchdown. That's going to be a touchdown. Wow. Over the middle. I like the confidence this kid is playing with. He's got that, like Brett Favre mindset where I'm just going to go ahead and just fire it in there and good things are going to happen. So, wow. But that's impressive. 5 plays, 72 yards, 58 seconds. I mean, shoot, they didn't need a 2-minute offense. They ran the 1-minute offense out there. And look at that. I mean, 56. Talk to me. I don't know what you thought you were doing on that play, but he took you to school. Wow. Let's see. And as O says, if you believe Dub on Twitter, hey, Dub be putting that out there. He be putting that out there. I ain't gonna lie. You said Milton outplaying May, but if you really know it's not really that close, May all day. And so Enzo says, I like that, May all day. We'll see if I get to use it though. And Enzo says, in my YouTube studio, you're losing hella hours after people watch your videos. You don't get it? Oh man, so it's actually subtracting. Tell me this, Enzo, have you been having like people come through and raid your channel and stuff like that to where it's like a lot of people joining at once that's like significantly more than like your typical average viewers and stuff like that? I think I've experienced that twice, although they were really attacking my subs and stuff like that, where they took away, because like I remember one time we had a massive like raid, somebody came through and like hundreds of subscribers came, then YouTube said, nope, no you don't, and then they took away like at least 3/4 of it and stuff like that. Then they just started just scrubbing the channel and stuff like that. It was insane and stuff like that. And when they leave, the hours left as well. But definitely do follow up on that and like reach out in the community and stuff like that and just start probing, ask those questions and stuff for sure, because they can't be doing that with the hours and stuff. That's too important, too important. You put in a lot of work. All right, but 46 seconds, and man, look at this, 17 to 14. If you'd have told me at the end of this game the final score would have been 17 to 14, considering that we're not getting, our star players, I'd have said, you know what, that's not bad. But for it to be this way right now at halftime, and we still got 46 seconds to see what Houston's going to do to respond, wow. All right, meanwhile, the return, 25, brought down at the 26. Let's see, you say, nah, it was at 3,000 plus and went down to 2. What? Wow, you say how do you talk to you know what, Enzo, let me it's been a minute since I've done that. I've got to look through my YouTube studio, but there should be a way. I'll have to Google it again and figure out how to do that. Because there is a place, and so I would start with obviously your YouTube studio and look at some of the different options and stuff in terms of like I think it's in like a community section, but it might not be the community section, but look around in that. But just shoot me a text so that way I remember. And after the stream, I'll look myself because there I had to reach out myself about something similar to that like 2 years ago. It's been about 2 years since I've done it, but at least you can open up some type of case and stuff like that. It's like a case you can open and then have somebody look into it. I used to have a contact that did work at YouTube, but she no longer works at YouTube anymore, unfortunately. So, but yeah, definitely shoot me that text so that way I can remember after the stream. Shoot, I can probably start looking at halftime. You say YouTube doing you dirty for real? How you lose that many watch hours? And so yeah, that's insane. That's insane. Do you by chance happen to have a screenshot of it before and stuff like that so that way you can include that in the thing as well? Because if you have any proof of it before and then like the date and the time as well and then the after, so that way you can definitely be like, hey, like something happened because I don't know. Sometimes they have those automatic, but I don't know why they taking away watch hours. So that's what gets me like, why are they doing that? That's crazy. But yeah, I'll do what I can to help with that. All right, so we're currently right now here at the half. And let's see, Lewis says the over was easy money. And so at 31 and a half, and so they had it at, oh man, 31 and a half. They really didn't expect that much scoring. They didn't expect that much scoring. You say, all right, you said, Tex, you got a new phone number? Bet, 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 bet. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Absolutely. Let me get to that right now. And again, for both teams, the leading passers in this game, Davis Mills for Houston. And again, he started this game for them 10 of 13 for 102 yards passing and a touchdown. But my guy Ripien, he was 7 of 9 for 108 yards. Now that stat jumps out because 7 completions for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns. That lets you know this man he's taking his shots. He's going deep and stuff like that. So absolutely. Freddie, let's see. All right, bet, bet, bet. So let me go ahead and shoot you that text now so I do not forget. All right. So yeah, I got to look into that one myself because I remember that there was because like I was like I was like no like we cannot be losing subscribers like that. So that was insane at that time. But again, I don't think that they didn't have YouTube Studio on the app. So I'll have to check it and see where they got that at. All right. I'll tell you what the problem is in the Zoe. You're speaking too much of the truth on your channel. That's what it is. You are speaking too much of the truth. All right, again here at halftime. And for Houston, their leading rusher so far, J.J. Taylor, 6 carries for 16 yards here. And then for Chicago, Khalil Herbert, 4 carries, 35 yards. My man said, hey, I'm going to get this early and just go ahead and get my yards now so that way you guys can rest me. So that's been great. Sweeney has just been open, like open, open. 3 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Ripien to Sweeney, that seems to be a hot connection there. And for Houston, Hutchinson, 5 catches, 56 yards here, putting in the work already with 5 catches, making it do what it do. And again, we've got 13 votes right now with Houston leading the poll here at 77% in terms of Houston having a better offseason. And so, okay, okay. All right, since we got some time right now here at halftime, go ahead and let me know when it comes to the NFC North. Give me your standings from the bet, like from 1 to 4. Who's going to finish first, second, third, and fourth? Let me know that in the chat. Again, for the NFC North, how will that division play out when it's all said and done this season? Let me know. 1 through 4. JB promises we're not going to hold you to that until at least the start of the regular season before we start to, hold you to that. But just to see where you guys are thinking right now. Let's see. Old says if they can't control you, they try to lock you up, cancel you. Those that don't work, that's right. And then, you're right about that. You're right about that. Absolutely. So yes, absolutely. But that's a big drop though, like from 3,000 to 2,000. That's that's huge. That's a third of like all your hard work. So that's insane. And so yeah, let me look through YouTube Studio as well here. All right, so Ode says Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings. And so, okay, okay, I like it. Because definitely when it comes to that top spot there, I still got the Lions up there. I feel like Jameer Gibbs is going to take it to the next level, but it does help still having David Montgomery. That 1-2 punch is going to make life continue to make life easy there for Detroit offensively. And plus, obviously, we know what Amara St. Brown can do out there at receiver. But again, can they get someone like a Jameson Williams to go out there and really live up to the hype? Because so far since he's been in the league, it's been injuries, it's been suspensions. This has to be the year where he goes out there and says, you know what? I'm locked in. If they're going to take it to that next level, it's going to be because of him. He's that X factor and stuff like that out there to where if guys like him can go out there and just add to what they've already got, because they've already got great tight end and stuff like that, Sam Laporte and stuff like that. So if he goes out there and just really complements what they've got at a high level, that's going to take that offense to an even greater heights and stuff like that. And defensively, got to go out there and, continue to improve and stuff like that. But obviously, I like them best in that division. Now, the Packers, Jordan Love just got paid. He got paid. So he better go out there how he finished the season for their sake and stuff like that. Because my man, he went out there and they didn't just pay him, they paid him. They paid him. Like they made up for all the time that he missed in terms of being a starter behind Aaron Rodgers and stuff like that. It was a lot. It was a lot. So, but I feel like I can see that playing out that way. I really can in the NFC North. Wait a minute, DeAndre Hopkins, he got hurt? Let's see, Braden says, hey JB, have you played the new college football game yet? Braden, I have not played it yet, simply because back when your boy was, unemployed and stuff like that, I had sold my Xbox at that time so that way I could still be able to get my wife something for Valentine's Day. So I still haven't purchased a game system yet. Yet. So I will at some point though. And definitely once I do, I will definitely stream some, but I have not yet. I have not yet. Hmm. All right, again, we are currently right now at halftime here, the Hall of Fame game, the very first preseason game, and it's been good. Like this has been a very, very good Hall of Fame game. Let's see. Braden says, yeah, Hopkins got hurt out 4 to 6 weeks. And so, yeah, see, this is why, Braden, your boy has to wait when it comes to like my fantasy football draft and stuff like that. Your boy has to wait. Have to wait. Speaking of which, I'm hoping that JJ joins us soon because I would like to extend an invite to add him to our fantasy league and stuff like that because I've got one guy who just didn't do anything last year in our league, and it was just one guy and stuff like that. So that spot, if he wants it, then I will go ahead and extend it to him if he still wants it. So just got to get in contact with him before the start of our fantasy league and stuff. But everybody else is returning. Everybody else is returning, and they're hungry. But yeah, Hopkins being hurt, that's big. That's big. So especially if it ends up being 6 weeks, that's huge. Because where is Will Levis gonna throw the ball at now? They did acquire Calvin Ridley though, so I guess he'll get all the targets for the most part. How do y'all feel about King Henry being down there in Baltimore? Let's see, Braden says, also haven't played the game yet, don't have the new console. And so that's really what it comes down to and stuff like that. So at some point I will, if not next month, then probably maybe closer to Christmas or something like that. So no big rush on my part. And what are you guys' favorite sport when it comes to the Olympics? Which sport do you look forward to the most when it comes to the Olympics? Let's see. O says they also got Tyler Boyd, who was with the Bengals, and so I forget they did pick up Tyler Boyd and stuff like that. And so that's gonna help. That's gonna help and stuff like that, especially early on, because I have no faith in Trey Burks. I took a chance on him last year in fantasy. I did. Late, obviously, later in the draft and stuff like that. But I figured, obviously with Hopkins getting the double coverage and stuff, I say Trey Burks has got to show something, right? Wrong. And so I could not have been more wrong. I ended up cutting ties with him, I think by week 6. No, maybe, I don't know. Whenever he came back from his injury, I gave him one game and he gave me one catch. And so that was it. That was it. That was a wrap. Let's see. Braden says Henry and Jackson are going to be scary. And so, yeah, that's thunder and lightning right there. Ode says college game is good, but only for offline. Oh, really? Only for offline? I've been hearing that it's difficult when it comes to field goal kicking and stuff like that. But what other problems are there that's preventing it from being good online? And I hear that Ohio State has been banned when it comes to one sporting app and stuff like that for you, to where you cannot use Ohio State on online play for that. So that's crazy. That's crazy. Just because of Judkins' spinning ability. So that's insane. Let's see. Braden says he's been watching swimming, volleyball, gymnastics the last couple days, and so, oh yeah, I've your boy's been paying a little bit of attention to volleyball, obviously, basketball, a little bit of the gymnastics as well. Let's see. Braden says also the handball for the first time ever. Bet. O says, yeah, online is crazy, no defense. And so I did hear to someone say no defense and stuff like that. So that's really the case, no defense. All right, let's see if I can get this fixed on my end. Let's see, Brady says, because Jenkins is so good. I can only hope that that translate to the actual season, Braden. To the actual season. Braden says, so you weren't watching tennis, JB? And so that's a fact. Your boy was not. Your boy was not actually doing that. So sorry to disappoint. All right, so the first half went by extremely fast. Extremely fast. But now we've got the second half about to get things started here with the kickoff. All right, let's see the return. He's at the 15, the 20, 25, tripped up at about the 32-yard line, but there is a penalty. Again, Houston leading this one 17 to 14. What we saw in that first half, we saw some good quarterback play. We saw some big plays on the ground as well. We just saw some good offenses here. But the offensive lines looked really good out there in that first half. They did. Braden says, yeah, the defense and player movement are the only problems you have with the game and stuff like that. And so, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, JB likes to have defense. It makes me nervous when the other team goes down there and they score in like 3 plays, 75 yards. That makes me nervous. I rather have a defense to where I know like, okay, it's a good chance we're gonna get a stop or at least, slow them down. No big plays. Can't be having that now. All right, meanwhile, that pass right there completed. And so now we've got a second down coming up here. And again, Ripien still in there at quarterback here for the Chicago Bears. That was a pickup of 2 yards there. Freddie Swain out there, 2 catches for 5 yards, making it do what it do. All right, so here we go. Shotgun. Receiver goes in motion. Fakes it to the back. Throws it over the middle. Gets another chunk play completion here. Look at him. I like it. I like it. This really gets you excited right there. He's throwing this ball here and he's getting it. He's shown the ability to hit those over the middle and also a couple of those sideline plays as well. But that time it was Brendan Bates with the catch. His first catch of the game right there, number 87, the tight end, and he picked up 20 yards on that play. But now they tossed it to the back there. Lots of tight ends was on that play, and he's going to take it to the 40-yard line. So he's going to be about a good 4 yards shy of that first down marker. And again, Demetric Felton. And so Felton, I believe he spent some time in Cleveland, I believe, in the past. And so excited to see what he's going to be able to do for them here. A nice, a nice piece to have on your depth chart because when called upon, like if you need him in the regular season and stuff like that, he can bring stuff to the table and stuff like that, in terms of those catches out the backfield, stuff like that. So nice addition here. 2nd and 5. Two receivers bottom of the screen. Snaps it. Throws it. And another nice pass. Wow. Okay, at this point, what are the DBs doing? What are the DBs doing? They're just along for the ride. I mean, look at this stuff. He's out here firing it. Look at it. They went to that play earlier. And for a DB last name to be Pride, you got to have more pride in that. You can't let him do it. Now, looking at this replay, make sure that he did catch it. He watching that replay a couple times here. Let's see, Braden says Felton could be a good returner. And so, yes. Lewis is loving this. He's loving this. He's like, this may be the preseason, but if they come out with this type of energy offensively, you're loving it. Now, the play is under review. Pass is complete. I like it. Let's not spend forever on it. Let's get it. Let's get it. And again, that was the ruling there, was that it was complete. But let's see if it stands. And if so, I mean, Johnson, he's had himself a day already. All right, and again, we're currently right now at the commercial here as we await to see whether or not that spectacular, if nothing else, at least a spectacular effort. But I mean, Ripien, he's in the zone right now. I mean, he's out there just throwing it and stuff. And that's what happens when you have like an offensive line that you're like, okay, I can go ahead and do what I need to do and focus on my job because I'm not looking to see if somebody's coming and aiming for my knee or something like that. So right now, 9 of 11 for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. Will they add to it? Lewis says he can let us know that that's a catch right now. He says that's a catch. All right, so still right now, currently at the commercial. All right, let's see what Mr. Official has to say here. Ooh, they reversed the call. It's hard for me to see that well from my tablet, but wow. So they called it incomplete. Interesting. Very interesting. I guess they didn't consult with you, Lewis, because they overturned that one. Let's see. Braden says, I know you're probably going to draft Christian Watson high, JB, and so JB will not show his hand, but that was someone else that burnt JB last year. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. I took a couple swings that didn't work out, and I took a couple that did work out. All right, 3rd and 5. Moving. Throws it. Oh, wow. All by himself there up the middle. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All the way to about the 12-yard line. What a play. And so Bates, he basically baited the defense. We got a DB that's down right now for the Houston Texans. I hope that he's okay. Got to look at a replay and see what happened there. And so Lewis says, jump official. Braden says, oh, I know he did. I mean, the man let me down. Then the one time, Braden, that I did not start him and stuff like that, I forget what game it was. It wasn't the game against Detroit the second time, was it? It was one game that he went off that one game, and then that was basically it. And that's the one game that I finally gave up on him and said, you know what? I rather start. Who did I start in this place? It was somebody else that I knew wasn't going to give me much, but I was like, I'd rather do that than this guy again. I was like, 6 points is better than no points. And I'll be. And again, that was Johnson that was injured on the play, hoping that he's okay. But that was a 27-yard completion to Brendan Bates, who's got 2 catches for 47 yards. I feel like a lot of guys right now have 47 yards receiving right now for this Bears team here early in the 3rd quarter with about 12 minutes and 50 seconds to go. You said it was the second Lions game. I thought so. I thought so, yes. Because we came into that matchup, I remember, because we were bonding about how our teams were going to have, an early off season, but all of a sudden your team decided, you know what? It's not done yet. Let's go out here and get Jordan Love paid. And how do you guys feel about Jordan Love getting paid? About Tua getting paid? About Trevor Lawrence getting paid? About all these quarterbacks that got paid all this money and where they really rank in comparison to some of the other quarterbacks that we know are probably looking side-eyed like, hey, I know I'm better than him. How are they passing me in terms like that, in terms of getting paid all that money? It's insane. And again, inside the red zone now after that play. And we will return to the action after they're finished tending to Mr. Johnson, who's got hurt on that play. Lonnie Johnson, the safety number 32 for the Houston Texans. All right, so it's good to see that Lonnie's out there walking off on his own accord. That's what you want to see. Again, second pick in the 2019 draft out of Kentucky. He's in his 6th season now. Let's see. Braden says, honestly, we overpaid Jordan Love, but that's where the market is right now. At some point, someone's got to say that's enough because I feel like every time we increase the salary, the only people that benefits are the quarterbacks and Christian McCaffrey. Those are the only people that benefit and stuff like that from the salary from it going up, especially since we've got so many running backs out there dirt cheap. I'd like to see the wealth get spread a little bit better. Meanwhile, look at this, fighting for every yard. What an excellent carry there by Felton. And he made sure that the defense felt that one. Lewis says, how about the male boxer at the Olympics fighting versus the women? Don't get me started on that one, Lewis. Don't get me started on that one. Don't get JB started there, Lewis. But yeah, absolutely. All right, let's pick up about 6 yards there on the play. So now, 2nd and 4, shotgun. They're going to go ahead and go 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back, spread them all out. Looking, throws it up there. Oh, incomplete, but even his incompletions are looking pretty good the way he's slinging his ball. He is slinging his ball with confidence. There is no doubt right now in his mind, and Chicago is giving him every opportunity to go out there and continue to show what he can do. He's getting some real good reps in here. Incomplete, but I'll take that one. I'll take that one. All right, so 3rd and 4. Can they find a way to get into the end zone here and try to take this lead? Shotgun. Looking. Throws it. And oh, look at that. He dropped it in the basket there. That was easy. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Out there making it do what it do. Colin Johnson. They took back his last catch, but you can't take this from him. The kid's got it. That's a 9-yard touchdown, and he's got 2 receiving touchdowns in this one. Call him Colin Johnson, but he looks a lot like Calvin Johnson today out there, guys. I mean, that is just 3 catches, 56 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And look at the space between him and the defender. When you get that kind of space, most quarterbacks, shoot, all quarterbacks in the NFL at least, should be able to hit that pass. Excellent job. So now we got the Bears on top, Lewis. How about it? Lewis says, yes, thank you. Let's go. Lewis is hyped. He says this is how a Hall of Fame game should be. And so, wow. Ripien, 11 of 15 for 166 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and I would not be upset if they let this man continue to keep playing deep into this 3rd quarter and stuff like that, because it's been fun to watch. So now, Houston, finding yourself trailing here, how will you respond and start to get things started here offensively here in the 3rd quarter with 11 minutes and 39 seconds to go? And so Lewis says over. That's right. He got it. He got it. That puts them at 38. So there it is. There it is. Congratulations. And I know it felt extra sweet to see it come from your Chicago Bears putting up most of the points. So there it is. Lewis says he's going for that extra point there. Gotta go for it. I'm rooting for you. Rooting for you. Absolutely. Again, we've got 14 votes now, and so okay, Houston, 79% of the votes toward for Houston for having the better off season. Okay. And again, we're right now at the commercial, but hey, this has been a spectacular game. Spectacular game. A lot of back and forth here. Very exciting. Let's see. Lewis says first shot of the year. There it goes. There it goes. That's how you get a season started. Yes. Oh, yes. Look at those Bear fans. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Tell me this, Lewis. Tell me this. Who is your top three, I guess, favorite Chicago Bears of all time? Your top three, your personal top three. So obviously it doesn't have to be the best three Bears ever, but your top three favorite Chicago Bears players of all time. And if anybody else want to give their top three as well, feel free to. I mean, obviously, as someone like myself, if I went off of my top three favorite who played for the Bears, shoot, I do know for a fact Devin Hester makes that list for me just because of the excitement that he brought. Brian Urlacher, he was there for a long time. He makes that list as well. And then maybe Charles Tillman would be next on that list for me if I had to give my personal top three favorite players for the Bears. Braden says he's going to pass on this one. He's going to pass on this one. I understand. I understand. All right, so here we go. Third quarter, 11 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Quarterback up under center here. One back in the backfield. They give it to him off the right side, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage there on the play. Might have picked up maybe a yard, but there is a penalty. There is a penalty. And as much as we like seeing offense and stuff like that, the defense, at some point, we're going to see a little bit of defense too. All right, so Lewis says Dick Buckus, he says Walter Payton and Devin Hester. And so, okay, okay. Pretty solid list there. Pretty solid list. And Lewis is like, Braden, yeah, Braden said, I will do no such thing. No such thing. Some honorable mentions, guys like Matt Forte and stuff like that. Lewis says defense, offense, and special teams. And so I see what you did there. Covered all phases. All right. Up that pressure around them. Did he lose the ball? Did he? Recovered there by the lineman. Lucky for them. Braden says, okay, his favorite bear is Nate Peterman. Mike would love that. Mike would love that. Again, finally we saw a pass rush there, and it was Byron Cowart that went ahead and got the strip sack on that one. Okay, look at that. This defense, they're stepping it up now. Okay, a lot more confidence. That was incomplete to Cade Stover. Lewis says fumble, and so he's excited now. He's ready for the regular season. He's like, can we press the skip button and get to the regular season? All right, so here we go. Third and 26. Throws that one just to get the completion, and he's fighting for that yak. And that's going to bring up fourth down, well short of that first down marker. Fourth down coming up. 10 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the third. And so, hey, this is what you wanted to see, especially if you're rooting for the Bears. And so Lewis says defense woke up. And so, hey, perfect time. And the offense is leading in this one. You get your defense to go ahead, get the stop, and now give your offense an opportunity to go back out there. And, hey, let's see if they can keep it going with 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. All right. Tommy punts the ball. Caught by the returner. He fair caught that one from his own 21-yard line. I was hoping to see him return that one, but we'll take it. 9 minutes and 51 seconds to go left here in the third quarter. And so football is back. And so obviously the next slate of games we'll get will start a week from today. And so Jacob, what's good with ya? How are you doing? And Jacob says, hey guys, what's good with you? Again, we're currently right now at the commercial, but man, for Chicago right being, I just want to continue to see this guy throw the ball because it has been fun to see it. But it's not just the passing. These running backs are also, they're out here getting some good yards. The offensive line, has looked pretty good. They've looked pretty good in this one. And so guys out here making plays, the tight ends especially, that tight end group so far has really been taking advantage of things up the middle. Then you've got, Colin Johnson working that sideline, working the end zone really, because 66% of his catches, they're out there in the end zone. So he's making it do what it do. And you got to love to see it. All right, we've got 15 votes in. It's not too late to go ahead and cast your vote. And remember, this is all opinion based, so there's no wrong answer there to let us know which team had the better off season between the Bears and the Texans. And again, still right now at the commercial. Let's see. Lewis says Bears money line jumped to 350. Nice, 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 nice. Well, all right. Let's see. Meanwhile, the leading receiver so far in this one for the Houston Texans, Xavier Hutchinson, he's got 5 catches, 56 yards so far in this one. But yeah, Ripion's just been lighting it up, just lighting it up out there. And you see Bagan on the sideline like, yeah, I know. He's outplaying me. I know. Lewis says, I'm really good at plus, you say at plus 320 odds. And so, all right, so now offensively, quarterback up under center. We've got multiple tight ends here, one back in the backfield, snaps it, feeds to the back in the back between the center and guard, picks up about a good 5 yards on the carry, it looks like. Second down coming up. And again, more of Felton on the play. 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And again, Chicago leading this one 21-17. And they've got the football and they've got points on their mind. They're getting good yards on the ground here. They're doing a great job throwing the ball as well. Very balanced today. Play fake. Throws this one. It is caught, but he's got to do some work. And the defense stops him. Picks up about a yard or two on the play. That's going to make it third down coming up here. 3rd and 4 coming up with under 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So can they get another first down, or will Houston's defense now step it up to try to match what the Bears defense did last time out there? They're calling it 3rd and 5 actually. And I know Caleb wanted to go out there. He begged the coach to let him go out there and start today, but there's a process. All right, 3rd and 5. Oh, we got some movement here. We've got some movement. That's going to be a penalty. That's going to be a penalty. And obviously, it's the preseason. You're going to see some penalties and stuff like that, but you definitely would love to see your team go out there and show, like, hey, we are focused on our assignment. All right. Looking, throws it, gets the completion, and he gets brought down at about that 31-yard line. Under 8 minutes to go, but that's going to be fourth down coming up here. With about 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go, Bears up 21-17 and a 4th and 1. So he was just a yard shy. He tried to fight for it. Tried to fight for it. That was Felton again on the play. tackled by Tooley and Ross. And as much as we love, the regular season, a lot of these guys, especially what we're going to see the rest of the way, they're out here fighting for, roles. They're fighting for job security, all that stuff. And that's what the preseason is all about. Now we got a return here, and okay, it takes us to about the 26-yard line, it looks like. But there is a flag on the play. There is a flag. 7 minutes and 12 seconds left to go here in the third. Lewis is rooting for a pick six. He wants to see a pick six. Let's see if Lewis's foresight is as good as it was last year. Because I feel like a couple of times last year you did call it before it happened. All right, and again, still right now at the commercial here. Third quarter, 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go. And going quarter by quarter. In the first quarter, Houston got off to an early start behind Davis Mills, who was 10 of 13 for 102 yards and a touchdown. Houston scored the first points. But in the second quarter, it was when both teams was like, all right, we're going to go out there and score. Houston put up 10 points, 10 extra points in the second quarter, while Chicago, they got 14 of their points in the second. And then in the third quarter so far, Chicago has put up 7 points in this third quarter and stuff like that. A total of 21 points, but 7 coming in the third quarter. The difference in this game is that one time that Houston settled for a field goal and was unable to score a touchdown. That is the difference so far in this one. All right. Getting ready to resume play. Goes in motion. Feeds it to the back. All right, going nowhere there. There was nothing there on the play. Second down coming up. So, all right, so perhaps we are seeing the Bears here ramp it up defensively. All right, looking, second and 10, throws it. Ooh, okay, first down. What a play. Again, 6 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Right now, the Bears on top, 21-17. And they've got Tim Boyle in there, quarterbacking right now for Houston. All right, so first and 10. Throws it quick. Gets another completion there. Picks up about 4 yards there on the play. Or is that incomplete? Yeah, that was incomplete there. Let's see. Braden says, who are the quarterbacks right now? And so right now, currently, we have for Houston, we've got Tim Boyle. And so you might remember he spent some time, I remember, with the Jets, I remember. And so Braden says Tim Boyle is with the Texans. And so, yeah, yeah, this is news to me as well. News to me as well. But yeah, Tim Boyle is with the Houston Texans, and he's currently right now operating the show. Let's see. Lewis says, it's defense time, Braden. Well, I'm not going to lie. If Tim Boyle's in there at quarterback, that defense is probably getting a little excited right now. But here we go, 2nd and 15. Shotgun. Up, we got some movement here. Got some movement, but who moved first? Who moved first and who moved worse? All right, so after that penalty, 2nd and 20, they decide to just go ahead and run it, in which he picks up a couple yards there on the play. Let's see. Braden says, I see you made a bet, Lewis. This is Lewis we're talking about here. Nobody places more bets than Lewis himself. And so Jordan picked up 4 yards there. Now we're looking at a 3rd and 16 from the Houston 25-yard line. Throws it. He had to put in a lot of effort just to be able to make that catch one-handed there, but unfortunately, nothing came of that play. Let's see. Braden says he doesn't know why Tim Boyle is in the league, honestly, right now. And so he's got to be blackmailing somebody out there. And so, I mean, you bring up a fair point. But that was a nice catch. I mean, he did what he could do. It wasn't much to be done on that when he made a tough catch, took the contact there, just ran out of real estate. But a 4th and 19 coming up. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Punt units out here. Punts on the way. Oh, look at that. He lost the ball. He lost the ball. And at this stage of the game, you lose the ball, sometimes you lose your job. Lewis says the Bears on cruise control. Well, it might be time to take it off of cruise, Lewis. It might be time. Lewis says, never mind. He says, never mind. Forget it. It's like, can we be great for just 4 quarters? Braden says, spoke too soon. And so, yeah, can't have that happen. Can't have that because special teams, this should not happen on special teams. Guys are out here fighting for jobs. That should not be happening. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. All right, and so Again, the Bears currently up right now 21-17. We had the muff punt right there in which no special teams coach wants to see that. No special teams coach wants to see that. Lewis says postpone the game and the Bears win. He says postpone the game, postpone it. He says we can still win this. But we're here in the third quarter, 4 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Again, a 4-point lead right now for the Chicago Bears, in which since halftime, their touchdown is the only touchdown so far since halftime. Things have certainly slowed down. All right, so here we go. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Receiver goes in motion. Play fake. Looking. Throws it. Incomplete. Incomplete. That is an incomplete. Second and 10 coming up. So Tim Boyle just trying to get something going here. Feeds it to the back. And yeah, defense said, we're not going to let you run this ball. They're like, we're going to force Timmy to throw this ball. Look at that. 5 career starts, 0-5 record, undrafted free agent out of Eastern Kentucky. 20 career games, by the way. Is this the point where he starts his career comeback here? All right, so third and 12. Tight end going in motion, shotgun formation here. 3 seconds on the play clock. They snap it, looking, feeling the pressure, throws it, and it's incomplete. My man felt that pressure. His whole quarterback vision thing it went blurred. Like he just said, let me get rid of this ball. And so, and he knows it. He knows it. He knows it. This is not the outing that you want right now, but there's still time. There's still time. But that's going to be fourth down coming up, 4th and 12. 58-yard field goal attempt. And the kick, oh man, it's no good. It's no good. No good. So he missed the field goal attempt there. Definitely not what you want to see right there, but that's how it goes. Lewis says no good. Says no good. Well, Lewis says he likes the results. And so he'll take another shot for that. Yes. They're in the third quarter, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Here in the third quarter with the Bears right now on top 21-17. We've seen some offensive spurts in this one. Now we're starting to see some defense as well here. And so, but yeah, Tim Boyle right now, he looks shook out there. He looks shook out there. Someone go help the kid. Lewis says, run the ball. You know what? I'm with you. I'm with you. Let's run this ball. It's delayed. And again, JV cannot hear the audio and stuff like that, but I see that it says on the ESPN thing delayed. So that would be just great, wouldn't it? Just that would be just great for it to be delayed. Lewis says, please let it be the final score. Lewis, think about the guys that got to make the team. Think about those guys. They deserve better. All right, so this is a very interesting spot here. Braden says, is there lightning in the area? I assume that it is because we saw all the people in Ponchos. And again, JB can't listen to the audio. If YouTube picks up the audio here, they'll zinc it. So I can't listen to the audio, but I would assume there has to be lightning in the area for it to be a delay and stuff like that. Lewis says, it's raining and muddy, sloppy game. Just run the ball. And so, isn't that great? Hall of Fame game, and we've already got a delay. This might be the first delay I've had without there being any like association to the Chargers in the game or anything like that. But wow. So we will see how this will play out. But we know how they do for those delays. They make you wait about 15 minutes, evaluate the situation, another 15 minutes, evaluate again. Oh wow, severe weather is approaching. Well, yeah, if you guys do hear any updates, do share that with JB as well. But man, I mean, this has been a good, very good matchup. Not gonna lie, a very good matchup. But hopefully this delay passes. But now is plenty of time if you haven't done so already to go ahead and participate with the poll question in terms of which team had the better off season. But yeah, I mean, really with 1 quarter remaining, really. I'm with Lewis though. Like if they go back out there, go ahead and just run this one. Run this one. We already know what it is. Let's run this one. Well, you try to anticipate a lot of things, but you don't anticipate having a delay happen at this portion of the game. All right, let's see. Meanwhile, I look and see what they're saying on Twitter about what's going on. And again, all we can currently do right now is wait, and hopefully this game will resume. Lewis says, I want to cash out. Vegas won't let you. Oh, you know that they are not going to let you if this thing does not resume. They won't let you be great, Lewis. They won't let you be great. All right, I'm looking on my end to see if I can see any updates regarding the weather delay. I mean, it is the Hall of Fame game, so once they give official word that it's been called and stuff like that, then I guess I will end it there, but I'll wait and see. I anticipate, since it is just the Hall of Fame game, they probably won't resume, but I'll wait until they officially let us know. Wow. Wow. I mean, is it just me, or have we experienced this before? I feel like with Hall of Fame games in terms of just like the weather canceling it and stuff like that. I feel like this is almost becoming a common thing. Like we're either going to have that or some type of issue with the field or something. Well, it's the perfect time for the NFL to go out there and push out their commercials. I'll say that. Lewis, we might have to start a hashtag for you and be like, hashtag let them cash. Hashtag let them cash. Well, yeah, I've got a strong feeling that this one is not going to be resumed. I've got a strong feeling about that. I asked earlier about the NFC North, but if you guys want to tell me about the AFC South, how do you feel about how that's going to play out in the AFC South in terms of who's going to finish first, second, third, and fourth and stuff like that? Lewis says a lot of angry bettors and a lot of happy bettors right now. And so, yes, that's how it works. That's exactly how it works. And that is how we kick off the NFL Hall of Fame game here in typical fashion. You say, and more angry if this ticket gets voided. And so that's my only concern, Lewis, because I know how they would do. Rather than do the honorable thing and do what they're supposed to, we know how they will do. Be like, well, we didn't finish it. We'll just void them all. But JB is still here. JB is still here. And I am certainly looking forward to once we get past the preseason and stuff like that. I mean, shoot, week 0 in college football, looking forward to a lot of stuff that's upcoming. I believe the game that's in, I believe that the game, like the best game that week is supposed to be the Clemson and, is it Clemson and Georgia Tech that week in week 0, I think, in Ireland? I think that's the matchup if I'm not mistaken. But man, this game had some of everything. I mean, Davis Mills, his time out there, he was 10 of 13, 102 yards, very efficient, threw a touchdown as well. And then when Ripien entered the game, he was 11 of 15 for 166 yards and 3 touchdowns, not to mention no interceptions. So when you're going out there and you're throwing touchdowns like that with no interceptions, you're doing something right and stuff like that. Now, rushing wise, the leading rushers in this one, Herbert, 4 carries, 35 yards there, Khalil Herbert. And then for J.J. Taylor for the Houston Texans, 6 carries and 16 yards. Braden says, good night, JB. Glad to see you back. And so I'm glad to be back. Good night to you, Braden. And so, yeah, looks like this one probably going to end up being a wrap here. So, yeah, JB will just give it a couple more minutes and hear if I see anything. But appreciate you for coming through, Braden. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, those weather delays, they hurt. All right, let me see how many people are still currently with us right now. All right, so we still got a couple people here, so we'll hang around for a little bit. For a little bit. All right, but yeah, as Lewis said, there's going to be a lot of angry people if their tickets get voided after this. And if you guys hear any updates in the chat, do let me know. But yeah, looking at a lot of the guys there in the Hall of Fame and stuff like that, it feels like just yesterday the guys like Julius Peppers, Devin Hester, all of those guys were still playing the white free. And it feels like it was just yesterday, honestly. Time sure does fly. And of course, for the rest of the league, next week will be when we finally get to see our favorite teams and stuff like that go out there and shine, hopefully shine. The biggest thing you want to avoid in preseason is obviously having your star players get hurt. You don't want anybody to get hurt, obviously, but you seriously don't want that. Let's see. Lewis says week 1, Packers at Philly and stuff like that. And so, yes, Packers and Philly. And so, we're gonna really get to see, fast, like for both of those quarterbacks, can Jordan Love go out there and sustain the success that got him that money and stuff like that? Although it was a small sample size, in my opinion, and stuff like that, because that first half, I'm not gonna lie, I had him in that same boat as a Desmond Ritter, but when he turned it around. So I'm hoping he can pick up where he left off at and stuff like that. But we'll see how that goes. But they paid him to where he better and stuff like that. And then Philly, Jalen Hurts, who got paid 2 years ago and stuff like that, obviously got it. We saw what happened towards the end of last year. They just sort of just the connections wasn't there, like he had the year prior. So he's got to go out there and really just show like, okay, we went in, brought in Kellen Moore and stuff like that. Let's see if we can ramp this up offensively. They brought in Saquon Barkley, in which that was very funny how he left the Giants and stuff like that. But we'll see how that game plays out. Honestly, there's a lot to look forward to. The Packers, they did pick up Josh Jacobs in that one as well. So for a week 1 matchup, that's going to be a very exciting matchup there. And I know who you're rooting for, Lewis. I know exactly who you're rooting for there. You and 80s both will be rooting for Philly in that one. Meanwhile, the Lone Ranger, Braden's going to be rooting for his Packers. So I know how that's going to play out. But that's going to be a good matchup, though. That's going to be a good one. And there's a lot of matchups to look forward to, honestly, in week one. But yeah, if things end like this, then Chicago being up 21 to 17. But man, to think that everybody had their hopes up and stuff like that. They were wanting to see a full game. It's been forever since we've got NFL action, and so Hall of Fame game, big celebration, and then to have to cut it short, which obviously I understand, the importance there. Obviously, safety first, as it should be. This is still just a preseason game, so I'm just waiting to hear official word from them. So if you guys find out first that it's canceled, then do let JB know. Do let JB know. So yeah, so I'm just reading if there's any update. Fans cleared, players cleared, obviously. I doubt that they're going to keep this up much longer. I really feel like they will end up canceling this. But yeah, Lewis is all smiles right now. He is all smiles, and I hope that they do let you go ahead and, cash out. Okay. Lewis, you had to mention that. We're already down about the weather. You didn't have to mention that. But yeah, who knows? Things might go interesting. I've always said, when it comes to the Bengals, offensively, they get off to a slow start. I feel like every year they get off to a slow start the first couple games before they really get going and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that's the case again. And I hope that we just come out strong, kind of like we did last year against the Eagles in the first game. Just come out strong, make it a game, have a chance towards the end. That's all I can hope for. Fingers crossed. All right, but JB still got the poll question up here. Gotta love these weather delays. Lewis says you like the under 45. I do too. I do too. I mean, all the extensions that the Patriots are giving to their defense, you would hope that the defense keeps it respectable and stuff like that. Not going to mention the offense. I think that's self-explanatory there. So I like the under in that one too, Lewis. I do. Justin Herbert going to be in a walking boot for a couple weeks. Expected to be ready for the start of the regular season. I guess they got to give it time for the weather to pass. And if they feel that it's not, then they'll go ahead and cancel it. Or if it's just been too long, I guess. So, yep, I'm just checking to see if there's any official update. Well, then, JB can do a lot of things off script, but this one was big surprise there. All right, and if the NFL is not going to call it soon, then yeah, if the NFL is not going to call it soon, then we're just going to have to call it ourselves. Let's see. Lewis says, "Wow, San Francisco only -5 versus the Jets on Monday night," and so you'll take that. And so, oh yeah, you say you're late for bed. Lewis, I'm concerned as to whether or not they're going to actually get you your bets here. Like, are they going to find this as a way to weasel out of it? I'm concerned for you. Well, this is not how I anticipated the return of JB to go, but we're trying to give it a minute. Let's see. Lewis says, yes, big loss for you if it's voided. And so I do hope that they do return it and stuff like that. I mean, obviously for you and for the guys who's out here fighting to, get a fair chance to make the team. This is an opportunity that, they expected to have this opportunity. Now, it is the Hall of Fame game, so you're still going to have, your regular amount of preseason games and stuff. But still, for those guys, every opportunity, every snap, it matters a lot for them. We're talking about guys who have dreamed of this moment that it's the difference between being on a practice squad, on a roster, in the NFL, another league, whatever it is. The more tape, the more it helps you. But yeah, I'm rooting for you, Lewis. I see we got a couple more votes that did come in. That's big. That means people are still tuning in. So, hey, if people still want to talk, we have a couple minutes. We can still talk until we figure something out here. All right, but you guys let me know here in the chat. Tell me a team that missed last year's playoff that you feel like is basically gonna be in the playoffs this year. Matter of fact, if you can name two teams that missed the playoffs last year that you feel like will make the playoffs, let me know. And so, Laney, what's good with you? You say just wanted to stop in and show some love. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And how have you been? How have you been? I know it's been a minute for JB, and so today just a lot of things just happened today. I wasn't able to start on time because I had to like update my software and stuff like that since it's been a minute since I streamed and stuff, and that took longer than I wanted it to. It took about 30 to 40 minutes and stuff like that, and then we get this delay here towards the end. But we'll see if the NFL tries to continue this or not. But man, so many changes. Kenneth says the Jacksonville Jaguars are a team that did not make the playoffs there, but he's feeling should make the playoffs there. And the way that they paid Trevor Lawrence, he better go out there and make the playoffs for them. And so, okay, okay, bet. There's a lot of teams to consider and stuff like that. I mean, if if it's if we're just talking about teams that have potential based upon the talent and stuff like that, I know the Bengals are a team that come to mind and stuff like that. You know, although last year they had a pretty good season, they did. But not only them, shoot, last year I thought Indianapolis did a good job last year, despite the fact that Anthony Richardson was hurt for most, like a good portion of that season and stuff like that. But can he stay healthy is the question for them and stuff like that. Obviously, we know with Houston, but they literally went down to the wire that last time they played each other, and so you cannot forget how close it was. Laney said, been good. Loving football is starting too. Yes. I'm just trying to get to the point where we can get to the regular season now. I'm like just a couple more weeks and then we're finally there and stuff like that. You know, the return of college football. JB's hyped about that. The NFL. There's a lot to love. This is the time of year to be excited. If you play fantasy football, it's almost that time. Most people haven't done their fantasy drafts yet, but will be over the next couple of weeks. Lewis says, Is it raining? Yep. It is raining because I only knew that because I seen the people with the ponchos and stuff like that that they showed towards that second half, like in the third quarter, early third quarter, and stuff like that. Lewis says Bears, of course. So Lewis has the Bears making the playoffs. They're okay. And he says, yes, sir, they need to make the playoffs. And you love you some Trevor. He's an awesome quarterback. And so well, hey, he's got his money now and stuff like that. Life has to be great. So you just go out there and, be consistent. Be consistent. We've seen, stretches of him doing good and stuff like that. The Jaguars, if memory serves me right, and you guys correct me, were the Jaguars not one of the last few teams that, like, I remember at one point in time, they were even atop the AFC in terms of standings, I think before Trevor got injured or around the time Trevor got injured. I know they were like top three-ish and stuff like that. So they got off to a strong start, but it's about how you finish. So they got to be able to finish and be consistent and stuff like that. You know, guys got to play up to their potential on a regular basis. So but he certainly has the tools. We all know that. That's why they paid him the money based upon what he can be and what they believe he will be moving forward and stuff like that. So now that you got the money, it's no excuses. Lock in and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Right now, 18 votes, 61% say Texans. Okay, okay. Are there any teams in the NFC that you guys are looking at like, man, this team, they can be a playoff team this year. You know, they wasn't last year, but they could be a playoff team this year. And he says, yes, they were at the top, you think, when he got hurt. And so, yeah, I remember once he got hurt, because it was so odd how that happened. Because he got injured, he clearly needed the stretcher, but let your franchise quarterback like hop off, where he basically was hopping to get to the locker room and stuff like that with no kind of assistance. Even if he says no, he's your star quarterback. Make this man get on the cart. That wasn't a good look. But the timing of it, it was terrible. It was terrible. Lewis says, "Well, JB, I'm calling it a night. It was fun here, and so you'll be here next time I stream." And so I appreciate that, Lewis. And so yes, we have, a little over a week there, and so I do want to see which games it's going to be, like where I can actually get it. If I can try to get that Patriots and Panthers game, I think it's the Patriots and Panthers or the Patriots and Giants. It's one of those Patriots preseason games and stuff like that. So I'll try to get that. I think that's next Thursday. And so, but either way, we'll get something next week and stuff like that. But man, it looks like they're probably just going to go ahead and just cancel this one. Yeah, and it looks like a lot of things are canceling right now. So, yeah, so JB will go ahead and also cancel this Hall of Fame game. We'll have plenty of games. If it was a regular season game that I knew that they were going to come back to, I would stay, but I got a feeling that they're going to go ahead and cancel this one since it is just the Hall of Fame game and stuff like that. And so you already cleared people out. It's a lot to bring them back and stuff. So, I'm thinking they're going to go ahead and call this one a wrap. So I appreciate you guys for coming through. I know it's been forever since your boy went ahead and streamed, but JB's back. The NFL's back. It's great time, and I'm glad to have you guys back as well. So you guys be sure to take care, enjoy the rest of the week, the weekend, and stuff like that as we continue to itch closer and closer to where we get to the point where we are officially soon going to be at the regular season. So right now it's just that countdown for us. But yes, JB's enjoying every minute of it. But thanks again for coming through. You guys take care and see you guys.